Hi and welcome to another episode of Fine Arts with Besim. I'm Besim, and last week we practiced different techniques for drawing. We used 3 different pencils, HB, 2B, and 6B, and they have different gradations of dark to light, and we practiced 2 different techniques of shading. There's cross-hatching and there's the regular shading. So having seen the things we did last time, the different facial features on the face, today we're going to actually apply that to a real portrait. What I do, and what I've been doing lately, is I would take pictures of my friends. I would use my digital camera, take pictures of them, and put it on my laptop right here, and copy from that, using obviously the techniques I showed you guys last time, where you draw the egg shape for the head, and then you put the lines very roughly because you're going to end up erasing it all. And basically I would use these portraits to give as gifts for birthdays, anything. It makes a pretty good birthday gift, very thoughtful. So today I took a picture of Natalie, and I'm basically going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to make the rough egg shape for a head. Now I don't know if that's an offensive thing to have an egg-shaped head or not, but I don't usually tell them. So I will take the hairline roughly and just sketch it out. Now this can take you a lot of time, little time, no time, doesn't matter. Everyone is different. But it is important that you are patient with drawing. It can definitely get frustrating at times. But practice does improve, and I think that's by far the best way of getting good at drawing. It's just practice. You can always go back and erase, or you can just do something very rough. And now I will take the head and divide it in the middle again. The eyes go here. So I'm just going to put marks just to roughly put the eye in their place, and the eyebrows are here. A little bit lower on Natalie's face. Now this is all rough for now, so you do all the rough work at first. Details second. Okay. Now the line for the nose. Very rough. Sketching the nose roughly. Or just putting marks. And the mouth. Okay, she's got a bit of a smile. Okay, and I did all this using my 2B pencil, which is again not too dark, not too light. Okay. I like to actually use mechanical pencils sometimes because they're very thin and very accurate. So I will start with the eye once more. And the great thing about painting off a digital image is that you get to zoom in as much as you like to get all the nitty-gritty details. Okay, so I'm going to sketch her eye. Make all the adjustments and alterations you want. And again, you go from very rough to very fine and finished and cleaned. So again, this is rough, and I'll do the same thing to the other eye. And then I'll get into the detail. Now, the great thing about knowing how to sketch is that it definitely assists you in painting. Because what I do first is sketch the portrait or sketch the painting or whatever you want to paint, and then you go in and do most of the detail with paint. So it gives you a rough idea where everything's going, maps out your painting. Eyelid, eyelid. Okay. The nose. Now, this isn't something that should take you 10 minutes. It should definitely take you a few hours, if you're lucky, if you're fast. Obviously, the longer you spend on it, the more detailed it looks, the nicer. And again, I'm using all my shading techniques. Okay. And for the mouth. Everything can be rough at first, and then you always go back. Make sure you do end up finishing the whole face first before you start shading and getting into detail and stuff like that. Just so it's not too late to make adjustments. I know sometimes I rush into, say, finishing the eye before I start even touching the nose. Definitely not going to let her see this one until it's done. Okay, so this is probably the first step to painting, to drawing a portrait. After that, you can go in and make adjustments, say the shape of the face. Of course, it's not a perfect egg shape. There's always lines, there's cheekbones, things like that. So everything you have to really pay attention. when you're painting, when you're drawing a face. So right now I'm just adjusting Natalie's face. And you also want contrast. So you want light, very dark, and very light. And you want them side by side so that it's more attractive to the eye. It's very, very important that you make shading right. Not too dark, not too light, or else the portrait will start looking fake. Okay, I'm gonna grab my 2B pencil to do the eyebrows. Shading everything. And you just kind of got to keep at it and take your time and be patient with it. And remember to apply all the rules we talked about the previous episode, where you would map out the face, make the egg shape, and put the lines, put the facial features, and you'll have a pretty good proportion face. And mine is just about to finish right here. And voila. And next time we'll be talking more about portraits, and we'll start painting faces and using oil mediums. And thank you for joining me this time.